Welcome to a Nightlife Bartenders bartending school tutorial. In this video, I show you what's behind the bar. I will be mentioning some alcohols and other facts, but don't feel pressured to memorize anything. This lesson is just to get you familiar with what's going on behind the bar, so sit back and relax as I walk you through it all. Taking a look behind the bar, you have everything you need to craft drinks and process payments. This area here is known as a well. It's a bartender's workstation used for crafting drinks. At the beginning of your shift, each bartender will be assigned to a well. However, you are not restricted to your assigned well. You can share wells with the other bartenders if necessary, but typically you want to stick to your workstation and serve guests from your area. That said, now is a better time than ever to introduce you to the barback. A barback is a bartender's assistant. He restocks your cups, alcohol, and garnishes as you run low, and is generally there to help you as needed so that you can stay focused on making drinks for wave after wave of customers. A barback is an important player in the bar industry. More often than not, a good barback is the main contributor of a smooth-running, fast-paced bar, which is why they are tipped out quite well. At most bars, it is mandatory to give 15 to 20% of your tip money to the barback at the end of a shift. Just make sure when you start working as a bartender, you ask your manager how much you should tip out the barback. Okay, with all that in mind, let's take a look at the components around the well. This here is an ice chest. It is used to store ice needed for making drinks. It is usually filled with ice by either you or the barback. This metal shelving unit is called a speed rail. It holds frequently used alcohol bottles so that you have quick access to them. A speed rail typically comes 1 to 2 rows deep. The alcohol found here is generally a bar's cheapest, lowest quality alcohol called house liquor or well liquor. House and well being interchangeable words. Furthermore, some frequently ordered mid-grade alcohols, also known as call liquor, can also be found in the speed rail. Some examples of call liquor are Absolute Vodka, Bacardi, Tanqueray Gin, Jack Daniels, Captain Morgan, and Malibu. I'll talk more in depth on the quality of alcohols and what category they fall in, which is important for pricing your drinks in the liquor section of this course. For now, just know that the speed rail holds frequently used alcohol bottles, typically of low to mid-grade quality. Moving on, these rubber mats are called bar mats. Bartenders typically place their tools on the bar mats so that they are readily available, and they also make drinks on the mats. Next, we have the garnish rack. It's used for storing garnishes, which are decorations for your drinks. Common garnishes are lemon and lime wedges, cherries, and olives. A lot of restaurant bars like to use a variety of garnishes in order to stand out from their competitors. Some of those garnishes might include rosemary, raspberries, blackberries, cucumbers, blood oranges, dried citrus fruit, candy, the list goes on and on. Somewhere near the garnish rack, you'll likely find a bar caddy. Bar caddies hold napkins, straws, and sometimes matches. This here is a soda gun. It's used to add water, juice, and soda to your drinks. Sometimes bar managers add pre-made cocktails to them as well. A typical soda gun looks something like this. You have the Coke button, Diet, which usually dispenses Diet Coke, Soda, which is carbonated water, Sprite, GL for ginger ale, O for orange juice, E for energy drink, which is usually some type of generic energy drink, the water button, C for cranberry juice, and L for lemonade. We're almost done, just a few more items. This here is a beer tap. It dispenses beer that comes from a beer keg. It's best used when the beer is cold and poured into a cold glass. Otherwise, if the beer is warm, it tends to foam up a lot. Moving on, this is the sink. When customers finish their drinks and leave them on the barback will grab the empty glasses and put them in the sink and wash them. But of course, if you have a spare moment, you should grab the glasses yourself and clean them. Although the barback takes on more of the cleaning duties, as a bartender, you need to help out as much as possible to maintain a clean bar. Moving forward, this is the cooler. The cooler typically contains beer bottles, sparkling wine, aka champagne, white wine, but not red wine, because red wine is served at room temperature, and some alcohols that can spoil if left out too long, for instance Bailey's Irish Cream or rum chata. Furthermore, it holds some alcohols that people enjoy chilled, like Patron Silver, Rumpelmans, and Jägermeister. Another thing I should point out about the cooler is if you forget your speed opener for opening beer bottles, a bottle opener is likely to be found mounted somewhere on the side of the cooler. Just something to keep in mind. And the last thing I'll show you is the POS system, which stands for Point of Sale System. It's essentially a modern-day computerized register for processing payments and inputting tabs to keep track of what your customers order. They're really not difficult to use. After a few shifts at the bar, using them will become second nature for you. I'll go over how to start a tab and how to use the POS system in a later video, but for now, just know that is what they're used for. Well, that concludes this video, which means you are one step closer to getting paid and getting sloppy drunk behind the bar. Hey, I'm just kidding. Kind of. Anyways, if you didn't know, this video is part of a free online course found at nightlifebartenders.com. There you can find out what tools you'll need to participate in the hands-on part of this course, and you can download free cocktail recipe cheat sheets. That's it for now. I'll see you awesome people in the next video.